Samantha, well, when your child gets on that school bus this morning, chances are they're not going to have a seatbelt.
Yeah, what you might not know is a state law requires seatbelts on school buses, but this is only effective if the state of Texas pays for the seatbelts. As Ellen Bryant has found out, the money to make that a reality was given and taken away. Good morning, Ellen.
Good morning, Deborah. Back in 2009, the state created a fund with $10 million to provide districts with the money to buy those seatbelts. Now, there are more than 1,000 districts in Texas. Only 4 of them got that money, one of them being right here in North Texas.
To me, it's shocking. There's a state law that requires it, but that is not effective until the state funds it, and it's been sitting around years waiting for funding.
In 2011, Dallas County School Board President Larry Duncan says it received $250,000 to put seatbelts on its buses. That covered 25 of them. The district spent almost $7 million more for the rest.
We used our operating funds and our capital funds, and we invested them in the safety of the children.
A safety feature Todd Tracy's children never saw.
I'd say you can ride the school bus, but you have to wear a full face racing helmet because the school buses don't have they don't have seat belts in them. And for what I do for a living, I know that you need to have a seat belt on to have any kind of protection whatsoever.
Tracy's an attorney who specializes in vehicle safety. He's run school bus crash demonstrations and says 3-point seatbelts, where children wear both a lap and shoulder belt, need to be on every bus.
Basically, it's a steel frame covered with a piece of naga hide. And I don't know about you, I don't want my child's cranium smashing into that.
Within 2 years and less than $500,000 spent, lawmakers used the remaining $9 million plus elsewhere. Senator Eddie Lucio was on the Senate Committee for Education and sponsored the original bill. He recently told Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick the state needs to, quote, develop recommendations to provide guaranteed state funding to equip all school buses in Texas with 3-point seatbelts. Until then,
will it change? Eventually.
But Tracy is concerned goodwill won't be the answer.
There'll have to be a huge disaster. There will have to be innocent lives lost or maimed, but there will ultimately be change.
Now, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, they insist that your child getting on a school bus, whether it has seatbelts or not, is safer than you driving your children to school. We pulled records from Dallas ISD over the past 4 years, and in those years, 7 or less children were injured on a school bus in those years. 1 year, no children were injured. Mark and Deborah.
Wow, very interesting. All right, Ellen, now here's a little bit more about Senator Lucio's recommendations. We did reach out to the Lieutenant Governor's office, and the office tells us, yes, they do have the senator's recommendations, but at this point, the Lieutenant Governor's office says it's reviewing the information and there is no formal plan on replacing the money to pay for seatbelts on Texas school buses.